India's upcoming naval upgrades are much needed to counter this rising challenge. Our next story is from Belgium. It has approved a new labour law for its sex workers. It gives them a lot of employment rights. They have access to health care now. They can take maternity leave and they will get pensions. They can terminate their contract anytime they want. They can refuse sexual acts. This law is a first in the world, the first of its kind. It sets a precedent for other countries. In 78 nations across the globe, sex work is legal or partially legal, yet there are no protections for these people. Will this new law by Belgium change that? Our next report tells you.
It's a first in the world. Belgium has approved new laws for its sex workers. It will give them health insurance, pensions, family benefits, holidays, and more importantly, maternity leave. Essentially, rights that are equal to any other job in the world. In 2022, Belgium became the first country to decriminalize self-employed sex work. It was prompted by mass protests. The COVID-19 pandemic left sex workers without jobs and they were struggling for state support. Belgium has now moved to change that. The law went into effect on Sunday. It gives sex workers employment contracts and the perks that come with it. Not just that, sex workers can now refuse any client. They can also refuse any sexual act. They can also interrupt a sexual act at any time without fear of dismissal or punishment. And the onus now falls on employers. They must ensure the premises are clean. Rooms are equipped with panic buttons and there is access to showers and condoms. If the workers are not comfortable, they can press the panic button. Any employer convicted of a serious crime cannot employ any sex worker.
I think the benefits of the new law now are that it is easier to get a loan from the bank. It is also easier to get insurance and pension. That will be better for us. And if you are sick, you will also get an allowance.
Plus, the employment benefits are not tied to contracts. If a worker wants to leave the job, they can do so. They will still receive benefits like health insurance and unemployment benefits. This is a crucial step towards their economic freedom. All of this is also anonymous. That way, they can apply to any other job without the fear of discrimination. Prostitution is legal or partially legal in 78 countries across the globe, like Germany, Greece, the Netherlands, and Turkey. There are millions of sex workers globally, but when it comes to protections, there are few. Legalizing prostitution was about making it safe. It was about giving workers access to healthcare and access to equal rights. Instead, it turned into a massive industry, one that generates millions in taxes but does little for the workers. And this is the case in places where it's legal. So imagine what it's like in countries where it's not legal. Sex work exists there too, except it escapes legal scrutiny. Governments turn a blind eye, and paying the price are millions of workers. It leaves them susceptible to violence and exploitation with no access to safety or support. Belgium wants to change that with this new law. And it's setting a global precedent. Sex work exists in every corner of the world despite stigmas and legal barriers. This new law challenges the stereotypes and acknowledges a simple truth.